Hey, there's me. Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books from Book of the Month Club and beyond. Today, I have a video about the month of May and what my reading plans are for this month. So let's start with what I'm reading right now. And that is Merle's Door, Lessons from a Free Thinking Dog by Ted Karasote. This is actually a very good book. It's about a man that basically ends up adopting a dog that he finds out in the wilderness. He has no information about that dog or what has happened to him. And he raises the dog by basically allowing him to kind of be who he is, and wait and just kind of dictate the things that he wants to do and the things he likes. And so he lets him kind of roam free, basically. He lives in Wyoming, and he lives outside of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, in a very small town. So it's really not a problem for the dog to kind of wander on his own. And he makes a lot of observations about the dog. The dog's name is Merle, as you can see, and he is kind of a golden lab sort of mix, yellow lab sort of mix. You'd think that he was a bird dog, but he was not. So he was kind of different in a lot of ways, but yeah, it's been a fun and interesting book. It's held my interest. I think I only have about 50, 60 more pages to go, so I plan on finishing that one either later this afternoon or this evening. So once I get that one completed, I think the next one that I'll move on to is one that I spoke about a little bit the other day in my unboxing video. This was my Book of the Month choice for this month, for May. It's called Middle Tide, and the author is Sarah Crouch. This is a brand new book. I don't think it actually comes out officially until June 14th. And this is the first novel by this author. And so, yeah, going to take a look at this. It is in the crime fiction genre. It's about a writer that discovers a dead body and all the things that ensue after that. So, yeah, I'll let you know how that one's going. Next, continuing on with my banned books, I would like to read Beloved by Toni Morrison. Earlier this year, I did read The Bluest Eye. This appears to have a lot of similarities to The Bluest Eye. It takes place in Ohio. I believe that's where the other book took place as well. This is about someone who escaped slavery, and this is set several years after the Civil War. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I saw this on the list of banned books, the top 100 for both 2000 to 2009 and 2010 to 2019. It has gone down a little in the ranks because newer books have kind of, taken over some of the top spots. But yeah, it was pretty high up there for the decade 2000, and 2010 it was down to 45. I don't believe that it's been on either of the top 10, or there would be 3 top 10s now that have come out. I don't believe that it's ever been in those, at least recently, but it may have in the past. This book is from, let's see what year this was written, 1987. So it has been around for a little while. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm just discovering Toni Morrison, and I really have enjoyed her books so far. I thought The Bluest Eye was excellent, and I have a review of that book, and I will leave a link in the description. So this will be, I believe, my 13th banned book. Next is a book that I've been messing around with for a while, and I'm almost halfway through, so I don't know really what the problem is. I think it's me. It just hasn't held my interest all the time, maybe as much as I would like it to, and I've read a few things in between. So I'm going to get back to it though, and I'm going to read it. It's also a banned book, very recently banned in Orange County, Florida. And when I do the complete reviews of these books, and I do the banned books kind of separately and talk about them, I will go more into the specifics about why they're banned. But, you know, a lot of times you don't get an exact answer, or you get an answer that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, there maybe are some, you know, curse words in the book, or references to sexuality or something, but again, a lot of books have those things, so why one book as opposed to another? Sometimes you really have to wonder. And it's very, you know, it's very difficult to parse out what's going on. Also, in some counties, in some towns, you know, the book can be banned for one thing, and then in another place it'll be banned for something completely different. And sometimes then that ban is challenged and sometimes overturned. So, you know, it's interesting what can happen, but it also makes for interesting videos, and I like to do that kind of research. So I'll talk a lot more about that. I have no idea why this would be banned. None whatsoever. It is what it is. It's about a group of people that are taken hostage, basically, and how they kind of start working together. They become united sort of around this one opera singer who was taken hostage. The whole thing happened at the home of a vice president of a South American country. So she was singing there as, you know, part of the festivities one evening, and that's when the terrorists broke in. So yeah, and there's some observations about the terrorists that are interesting as well. So we'll talk about all of that once I complete it and do a full review. And sorry that's taken so long. I must have mentioned that book 5 times already. So you know I'm reading Bel Canto. And then I also have this book. This was gifted to me, which I appreciate very much. So far it's been very interesting. It's kind of an unusual book, not your usual boob. That is by M.K. Meredith, and it's a little bit about her journey with breast cancer, and it's been helpful to me. It has just a lot of things that help with some of the emotional situations, kind of gives you an idea of the progression of things and how it may or may not work, you know, for you. Everybody's cancer is different. So yeah, I've enjoyed it. I am way more than halfway through it. I kind of thought I would just go through it in just a couple of sittings, but it hasn't worked that way for me. Sometimes I have to kind of put it down, put it away, and just sort of think about the things in it for a little while before I can kind of get myself back. So that's where I'm at with that, but I expect that I'll have this finished this month. So yeah, maybe I'll talk about that a little more. It was, again, a gift to me, and a very good one, so I've appreciated it very much. I'm going to pause this for just a second because I got to run in and get my Kindle, which is charging, and that is the final book that I'll be reading in May. So bear with me for a moment, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I don't know how much you're really going to be able to see of this in the sun, but this book is called Stolen. This is by, I believe, a Norwegian author. And it is about reindeer and a young girl, and how she is affected by the killing of reindeer, and I guess some of the things she does to intervene in that. So it sounded really interesting. The author is Ann-Helén Laestadius. And it was translated, I'm going to assume that it was originally written in Norwegian, I believe. And it says, extraordinary, a coming-of-age story you'll get lost in, about youth and heritage and the never-ending struggle to be allowed to exist. and that quote is from Frederick Bachman, who is the author of A Man Called Ove. And it also says that it's soon to be a major Netflix film. So that's Stolen. In order to look it up, you're really going to need the author's last name, because there are several books that are called Stolen. So anyway, I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you subscribing, liking, commenting, ringing the notification bell for me. Appreciate all of those things. I appreciate you watching my video. I hope that all of your reading plans for May are joyous and that everything works out great. And thanks again. Take care.